that I can tell that's been following my stream for a few months or whatever, someone that's actively trying to be a part of the community, and they asked me the question like saying, "Hey, any advice? I just started streaming. Any advice to gain more viewers?" How do you answer that? That person is asking a genuine question.
Yeah.
Now let's play devil's advocate. Let's assume that's what they're trying to do.
Their motive is to get their name out there. Like, hey, I'm starting to stream.
Is that's the thing? Is that crossing the line, or is that acceptable in that point? I don't think it. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's. I don't think that's crossing a line.
It's a genuine question.
Yeah.
It's more so in my experience on Twitch is finding someone that will just blatantly come in and say, "Hey, I'm live, follow me," or whatever, or some shit like that. Usually the mods, you just scoop it up, it's gone, we move on. We don't even bat an eye to it.
Yeah.
It's the ones that are saying like, "Okay, I'll it's been fun. I'm gonna leave up a lurk. I'm going to stream." Stuff like that is where it's kind of like, where do you draw that line? Let's say it's Broken. Let's say it's a community member of yours that's been in your stream for 6 months. Just started streaming 2 weeks ago, and they say, I'm gonna go stream tonight. I'll see you later. It's been fun hanging out. What do you do to that?
I'm not the type of person. I am a brat, and I am a bit of a bitch, and I'm very blunt, but I'm not the typical type of person to call people out because I don't want to embarrass people. Sometimes because I've been picked on, I've been embarrassed, I've been there, and I don't like that feeling. So me personally, I'm the type that I will probably DM them and say, hey, this is what you're doing. This is what you're not supposed to do. This is what you can do. You educate them as far as like, but I'm more personal. So I'd like to take them to the sideline.
Right. If they've been in the community for like 6 months, yes, because they're probably in your Discord and you probably have the capability.
But if they're brand new, I probably would just call like,
I'm usually passive aggressive, smart ass about it. Be like, okay, you trying to poach? That's cool. I've done that once actually, and then the person messaged me on a different platform and apologized, and then I educated them. But if they've been in your community for 6 months and you have some sort of interaction, I would DM.
Okay.
If it's somebody brand new, I probably would just let them out. Like,
and it depends on how shitty the last match was.
Right. That does play a factor for me.
No,
sorry, Spooky. Go ahead. I cut you off.
No, you're good. No, it's kind of one of the things where it's like, as being live, one, having to make a decision whether to time or ban someone out for something that is very borderline while you're alive puts me in an uncomfortable situation, because I'm trying to keep the vibe train going in a certain direction. I don't want to have to alter from that just to go and educate someone like live, obviously, right? So behind closed doors is the best way to do it, in my opinion. But then it also comes down to the mercy of how people take criticism. Let's say that person gets super upset or super, like defensive about saying, "Oh, that's not what I was trying to do," and then now that person that has been a part of your community for 6 months is now gone because they no longer want to hang out in there. So that's the risk factors.
It's really how you approach it, though.
You gain some. It's kind of like you're going to lose some people, but you're going to gain some people also, because people are always changing. It doesn't matter. Like, it could be one day where I don't have the feel for Apex or watch Apex anymore, so I don't go and watch Harps.
Right. Yeah.
But I watch Harps because I am his admin. I do have to be there at certain points. And I am, responsible in that aspect. So, even with me being in between a move, like as big as that I'm about to go through, because I'm about to be 10 days in quarantine. Dude, I'm going to have so much free time on my fucking hands. I'm going to be just like, okay, guys, somebody talk to me before I go insane. Like, I'll probably be blowing up Kino Snapchat. Good luck. This is my kitchenette.
I got a fun one for you guys. I'd be curious to see how you would handle the situation. So let's say you're streaming, right? And then you get raided by, let's call the streamer. Let's say the streamer's name is Todd. Let's just say.
Okay.
So Todd raids your channel with 6 viewers, right? And then you're about 30 minutes into stream. You're about to end the stream. You end stream, then you decide to raid somebody else, right? So you decide to raid somebody else. That person, Todd, comes along with that raid to the new channel, and then at the streamer, Todd and Spooky Loops raid. How do you handle that?
I've never had that. What the?
I've never had that happen either. Like, the hell? Like,
Wait,
wait, no.
So
You
I
raided me. I
Yes.
said thank you.
Todd raids me. I then raid Bill. And then Todd in Bill's chat says, at Bill, at Todd, and Spooky Loops raid with all their emotes.
No.
How do you
No.
How do you handle
I'm
that?
kind of
No.
a smart ass.
I was
I would
so
type out every
flabbergasted.
individual viewer in my
I would be
stream and be like,
thrown.
yeah, it's all of ours.
I was actually pretty flabbergasted. That it was just a new technique that I've never seen before. I didn't know. And then of course the streamer goes and shouts out Todd and me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's
Maybe
not so much.
an effect. I don't know.
Well,
It's kind of like the hype train, but moving on like a raid train.
Sure, I guess.
What?
I mean, so that comes down to the fact of, does that person understand what they're doing is kind of like, okay, you pass your community over to me. In my opinion, after that point, your show is fucking done. Now it is about my channel, and I'm going to take these viewers where I please to go, right? And then you're kind of, you've already washed your hands, you're done for the night, that's it. So that was something that kind of floored me a little bit. And then it was just like, now I was left in this weird situation where it was like, what do I do now? Because there's someone that's part of the community. How do you handle that?
That's very interesting thing. Like, I mean,
you rated me, but this isn't your show, my dude.
Right.
But that's just me.
Yeah, like I would never ever, like, if let's say Harps decided, to raid me and then I raid Kino, I'm not gonna say, hey, it's a Harps and Broken raid.
No,
like,
it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work that way.
You're supposed to do your research. And like, is this person going to stay live? There's a lot of times where, like, if I don't know the person, but I've talked to them previously, I'm already following them. I ask them, so how long are you going to be on for? How long are you going to be streaming for? Right. And then I go over there, ask them that, and then I will raid them. Because, like, if they're going to be on for a while, at least like another hour, and then that's okay because they got an hour, they got a good time to be able to meet the host or the streamer to see if they like them. So that's just weird. That's a whole new level. And of Tall Dark and Blue, I played this over 9,000. That is an over 9,000 technique because I've never heard that. That's actually very.
It's only happened once. I've noticed, but it was something that was. I mean, like, to be completely fair, like, I want people to follow my channel, authentically. I want them to click on my stuff and say, I like this guy. I'm gonna watch this. I don't want it to be a forced, a forced situation where it's like, because it's so commonplace. There's two things that happen during a raid. One, the streamer's going to ask you the most fucking generic question of all time. How was your stream? Every single person gets asked that. It's almost like it's scripted. And the second thing they ask is they go, can we get a shout out? I do it in mine. Then we shout out the person. How often does somebody actually click on the link, go and follow, and then actively watch that person on their own free time without the direction of the streamer? So me personally, I could give a shit less if I get a shout out or they shout out the other person. It's more of the personal principle of it that kind of irked me the most. Like, someone was willing to go and, it's like saying,